There is nothing wrong with you. You're not crazy. There is nothing wrong with you. Everything you feel is right. And the reason why I'm saying this so early on in the video is because when you've been with an avoidant for a long time, you start to question yourself a lot. The experience of not being heard, not being seen, going to somebody with vulnerability and sharing your heart, and then it being dismissed or ignored is one of the most painful, confusing experiences to have with somebody that you have opened your heart to and who has shown you signs of opening their heart to you. So there's nothing wrong with you. This is a very, very overwhelming experience to be with someone who is unwilling to look at themselves, to address the difficult things in a relationship. And you really have to ask yourself, what kind of relationship do you want? This is really what I'm trying to bring you all back to all the time. In my videos, I have one goal, and that is to connect you back to yourself, okay? Because when you're with somebody who is avoidant for a long time, your self-esteem starts to plummet. Because when you consistently get the reflection back that your needs and your feelings are not important, and you perpetually put their needs above your own, their feelings above your own, you start to feel like that's the truth, like your feelings and your needs do not matter. And it just solidifies a belief that you might have had for a long time, okay? But that's not true. That's the pattern that you have to break. That is the thing that is crying out for you to break, right? Because if your life was a movie right now, everybody would be screaming the thing that you know that you could do, right? I don't even need to tell you what that is. And I'm not going to sit here and say, leave them, stop talking to them, because I really know that when you are not ready to give up on someone, you are simply not ready to give up on them, okay? So wherever you are, that's fine. I was the same. And in fact, if somebody suggests to you or thinks that, yes, it's time now, you should give up on them, or your friends start saying, you deserve better, what are you doing? Why are you still thinking about them? It's only been, 3 months, or it's been a year already. Why are you still thinking about them? You start to feel shame. You start to then feel again, there's something wrong with me. Why can't I let them go? There's something really weird going on here. I'm attached to this person and I simply can't let it go. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with you. These relationships are very confusing. There's cognitive dissonance because somebody showed you this incredible bond, this incredible connection that you absolutely got attached to like that. It became like a survival type attachment because you put so much importance on it unconsciously. And so you're attached in a very, very primal way. And then they pulled away and showed you a different, almost different person, different type of personality, different type of relationship that you did not sign up for, right? And before you know it, you don't know whether you're coming or going, and you don't know who you are. Your creativity, your spark, the things that you liked doing before, you don't do them anymore. And that is because all of your energy has been used to focus on them, to try and fix this, to try and understand them. But who is understanding you? Who is listening to you? Who is researching you? Who is caring about you and your internal world so much that they're up at night trying to figure it out? Because it's not balanced, is it? And again, I'll come back to that question. What type of relationship do you want? Because at the end of the day, we can try and try and try and run ourselves to the ground. But if you stay with somebody like this for too long, it leads to burnout. If you are with an unwilling avoidant, right? There's a difference because there's a whole scale of different types of avoidance, and people are either self-aware about it, willing to work on it, actively working on it, talking to you about it, or they're not. And if they're not, it's perpetual hurt. It's perpetual reflections of being dismissed, that you don't matter, when you do. You do matter. You always have mattered. And that's the main thing that you need to remember, that your life matters too. You've got one. You've only got one. And you can love this person and equally know that they're not right for you right now. Okay. And again, I'm not saying, because I don't know your situation, if you spoke to me, I'd probably be able to unpack this with you and give you a better picture of what might be going on here. But I don't know your specific situation because lots of people are watching this on the internet right now. But essentially, what I'm not saying is that this definitely won't work. What I'm saying is that you have to be really honest with yourself about what's working and what's not working right now. Because is it working to do all this research about them? Is it working to put all of your energy into this? Is it giving you anything back? Because the things, you have to focus on the things that give you energy, that fuel that life force, right? The things that open you up, make you laugh, make you smile, make you move, make you feel that life is good. Okay. And I know you might be thinking, but I felt like life was good with them. And I want that type of good back. But at the moment, you are in resistance to life because life is what it is right now. And honestly, it's like being on a journey in a car. There is a road works that you can't get down the road that you'd planned to get down. And instead of going along with the diversion that you've been given, which is not being with this person right now, and accepting it and seeing it for what it is, that it's not working, um that's if you're not together. That's say you if you are together and it's not working, you're still in resistance to that, right? You're still in resistance to it is being what it is. But if you get out of the car and you go, hey, no, I wanted to go down that road, why aren't you letting me go down that road? You will not get anywhere. You'll stay stuck in that place. The journey will be endless. It will be so long and tiring, and you're in this perpetual place of I can't move. But something magical happens when you accept life as it is. A really good analogy about this is life is like if I asked you, do you want chocolate or vanilla? And you can answer that in your own head. And let's say you chose vanilla, right? And I said, well, I haven't got vanilla, I've got chocolate. But life isn't like that. It's literally like chocolate, choose. Yeah? You don't get a choice. Life unfolds. But we can choose to accept life and then create from the other side of acceptance. We can only move forward when we first accept what is. Okay? But what happens in relationships with somebody who is avoidant is you're in perpetual resistance to what is. So it feels like you're not living. And before you know it, your life force energy has been drained out of you. You're not doing the things that you wanted to do. Your vibrancy is like nothing like it was before. You've forgotten how to be yourself. You don't even want to be yourself because everything seems to be pinned on this person wanting you or not. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life just trying not to be left? Just trying not to be abandoned? Because that's the deeper thing for a lot of people. People are just really trying not to feel those abandonment wounds that have come from long ago. And that's where you can actually start choosing yourself. That's the alternative here. Accepting life as it is, accepting this person as they are, and choosing yourself, maybe for the first time. It's about really being able to see and ask yourself the questions. Am I willing to accept these needs that matter to me so much not being met for the rest of my life? Is that okay? Or do I want to create something else? Because although I said we don't get a choice about what unfolds, that's true to a degree, but we do get a choice about what we decide to do next. We get a choice about how we respond, and that impacts our next move, our next unfolding. And that's how we create the life and the relationships that we want, by actually being resolute about the relationships that we want to have and the person that we want to be and the type of relationship we want to be in. Okay? So there is nothing wrong with you. It is a very painful experience to be loving someone so much, to throw yourself into something and to not be met, to not be seen. It feels like grief. And the other thing that you have to remember is that it doesn't really do anybody any favors to keep accommodating an avoidance behavior, to tiptoe around it, to work out a way for you to make them feel safe enough. Because the less triggering you are, the less they will face themselves. The more you accommodate avoidance, the more they stay the same. Do you see what I mean? Do you see how the most loving thing that you can do for people is actually call them out? The most loving thing that you can do for people is be yourself. The most loving thing that you could do for this person is actually speak up and say what you need and stick to boundaries that maybe feel very difficult for you to set right now. And that means feeling your pain, feeling your own grief, and trusting that you will get through that walk of fire. You will. And you'll surprise yourself, and you'll actually be so much stronger and so much more authentic on the other side of your truth. Yeah? But when you stay with somebody tiptoeing around them for too long, nobody heals. Everybody has trauma as a result of it. Everybody is confused. Nobody knows who's who. And you lose yourself, which is the biggest risk of all. Because you have, like I say, one life. And you have got you for the rest of your life as a guarantee, but nobody else. So the thing that you need to stay in connection to, trust and love and nurture and hope for the best the most is you, right? Don't lose you. Start writing again, start dancing again, start going for runs again, start doing the things that lit you up, start going out with friends again. Make yourself do it, because it's those environments where life is already happening that bring you back to you, that remind you of who you were and who you are now, because you're not going back to the version of you that didn't know any of this. You're not going back to the version of you who let all these things happen. You're not going back. You're becoming, you're letting go of things that did not serve you, ways that you could be that would allow people to treat you with little respect, to gaslight you, to shut you down, to give you silent treatment, to come in and out, to not say happy birthday. That's not good enough for you. Remember who you are, okay? I've got some space with my one-to-one at the moment. So if you want any support, there is a discount code until the end of May 2026, which is May 25, I think. I need to check. May 25. I'll put it in the link below. I'd love to meet you. Thanks for watching my videos. I'm very excited about the self-abandonment trap. We've got lots of creative people refinding their spark. It's so fun. It's so cool. Which is amazing for me as well, because I love talking to people about their creativity. I love bringing that back to life. It's the process that I went through myself, and without it, I'm not myself. I'm not quite there. There's something magical about reigniting your creativity. So if you're a creative person, then talk to me. I'm your girl. If you're not a creative person, then I still understand this stuff very well. And I'd love to see you wherever I am, whatever I'm doing, but I'll see you in the next video. Bye.